de notre concert et on va entendre quelques mots par Nils Holger Petersen, le compositeur lui-même, qui va nous présenter sa pièce qui sera ensuite chantée.
Well, really the piece will be presented by Matthew and Chris, but I'll just make a few comments initially. The two-voice piece that you will hear Chris Hodkinson and Matthew Ward perform in a moment is, as indicated in the program, a very new, abbreviated version of my also quite recent and not yet performed three-voice composition composed for performance tonight. But plans changed because of the tenors, Eduardo's illness the last 2 weeks before the conference. What you will hear is a condensed version, in a sense a new piece, but very much representing the other much longer piece materially as well as in its basic idea. Instead, we were lucky to get some Winchester tropes and organ. The music I've written is based upon 10th century numations of Jesus' last words according to St. Matthew. Heli, heli, lema sabachthani, hoc est Deus meus ut quid de reliquisti me. Or in English, my God, why have you forsaken me? From a 9th century Evangelia from St. Omer, a manuscript now in the Saint-Guy Library of the Metropolitan Chapter in Prague, MSB 66, the numation found on folio 42 verso, if anyone is interested in that. And another Evangelia now in the Bibliotheca Valgeliana in Rome, Codex B50, similar little numes for the same text on folio 482. So much for that. Eduardo suggested the idea of such a composition and helped me with possible transcriptions of the melodies. These form the raw material of my composition. You will hear fragments of such possible transcriptions which are played around with so that fragments of different possible versions appear in various combinations. But mostly the material has been transformed through compositional procedures with which I shall not bore you here, providing new material, new structures. What matters is, I believe, that the composition is based on the imagination of something real. My own attempts to come to terms with, to find musical meaning in, and even more through, lost and actually irretrievable melodies from a distant past. The singers are not in any way supposed to impersonate monks from the 10th century working on how to render Jesus' last words musically. The singers represent modern musicians trying out ways to get in touch with this music, to engage in a dialogue, as it were, with it. Along the way, it is also confronted with an iconic setting of the words J.S. Bach's from the St. Matthew Passion. The lost voices of the past do not become alive, but out of the confrontation with what remains as uncertain remnants of melodies, we shall never know how they sounded, new musical expressions come into existence, bridging in the imagination of the composer words literally more than 1,000 years apart, and hopefully providing a perspective on contemporary musical sensibilities as well as on our conceptions of early medieval musical sensibilities.